Everyone, sorry, I gotta set this camera right. Um, I just want to talk about this movie. This is a Nachi movie. Anybody who knows Paul Nachi, Paul Nachi is like writer, producer, director of awesome horror movies in Spain or in Mexico, if I'm correct about his history. I only saw probably two of his movies, his werewolf movies only. So this is the first time I actually seen Paul Nachi playing Dracula. This movie you could get from the Elvira Macabre collection. This was one of the movies she hosted. And this movie is definitely uncut because there is nudity in this movie and blood and gore. Right now I'm going to get back with the Paul Nachi thing now because I didn't have no time to watch all Paul Nachi's movies until now. So I'm going to start with this one first. This is called Count Dracula, A Great Love Story. Let me just check the title out. Is this a weird title for this time? Okay, it's called Count Dracula's Great Love. Yeah, it's a weird title for a Dracula movie, right? But this movie is pretty awesome. It's probably a Spain version of doing a Hammer style movie, like. And what the movie's about a sanitarium that's gonna be open, I guess. And I'm trying the best way to describe it. It was a little confusion at first. And at the beginning, these guys, what Dracula's coughing in, like, no, I mean actually his daughter's coughing in this haunted castle, it's supposed to be a sanitarium. The two movers decided trying to rob the coffin. They ain't found nothing they like, so they want to search around the castle. The vampire bit one of them, and the vampire killed one of the movers with the axe. And that's how it begins in the beginning of the movie, and the title credits popped up. Now after that, and which by the way, the beginning scene was pretty bloody. It had the axe right through the blood leaking. I was like, yo, that's pretty hardcore for its time. So movie fast forward to beautiful women, the guy and the guy riding the horse going to the sanitarium castle. They get stuck, so they have to walk. They meet this doctor, and the doctor happens to be Count Dracula, played by Paul Nachi. And of course, it could take a while. Guess the vampire bites them one by one, and then the woman turns into the vampire. The scenery, the acting, the drama, the suspense, the horror is just perfect. You know, really like old school, especially the Hammer style horror or the old school of Dracula style movies. I think you definitely will like this movie. I mean, this movie was awesome. I wish I've seen it before. Anyway, so while the vampire biting these women and the guy, the true intentions of Dracula comes out as he wants to rescue his daughter, you know. And this is kind of like one of the weirdest vampire Dracula style movies I ever seen, because I'm gonna tell you what the ending is. I'm gonna spoil it for you a little bit. So I'm gonna do this 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready for some spoilers. The movie picks up too anyway, fast. And I'm gonna pause this real quick. This has some nudity in it. Yeah, I can't show that. Yeah, there's a lot of nudity in this movie. Did I mention that? Yeah. So Dracula ended up falling in love with one of the girls, and he's really in love with her. So even though him and the two vampire, three vampire girls, sorry, let me double check that. The three vampire girls running around town, two guys get bit while they were running around they want to capture a girl for the sacrifice, so Dracula rescued his daughter. Anyway, they kidnap a woman from the village, while the woman that Dracula's love, she's part of the sacrifice, but she's not gonna die. He cuts her wrist, and he kills the virgin woman that they captured from the village to rescue the daughter, but they gotta perform another ceremony to make her come alive. So what Dracula decided to do, and all this was a waste of killing people, killing the woman from the village, was he took the coffin and he wanted more men to touch it. So him and his vampire woman threw the coffin down a river so it could drown in the water. And Dracula started crying. So like, to me that's like, what the fuck are you doing? I thought this is what your goal is. So Dracula was like in his mind, I decided to bury my daughter in the river while she's still fresh with the new flesh, you know what I'm saying? So he decided to bury her and decided to keep the woman that he loved. You know, he loved her so much. And this Dracula is pretty much like a pimp. If you like the vampire leader from Underworld, you definitely like Paul Nachi's Dracula vampire, because it's like the two surviving vampire women that was affected by him, like he decided to chain them up and let them die in the sun. Like he didn't give a fuck about them. He was like, alright, you two serve me well, I don't need you no more, type of attitude. And the woman that he loved, Dracula talked to her, and the woman that he loved was talking to Dracula. And what Dracula does, Pontiac's Dracula does in this, he decided to kill himself for her. Because he loved her so much, you know what I'm saying? And he just fucking died. I'm like, yo, that's really some fucked up shit, you know? And I say, guys, love this movie, you like it. I'm thinking about buying this, but I want to buy it as a standalone Pontiac collection, because this is part of Elvira's Macabre collection. And I watched this movie in two forms, Elvira's version, and I watched this version to stand alone. And don't get me wrong, Elvira's my idol. I love Elvira. I mean, one of the reasons why I'm doing the movie thing in 2009 as DVD movie buff at the time, decided to come back on YouTube. But I really rather watch the movie alone without Elvira talking in between the takes, because it kind of gets in the way of the coolness of this movie, you know. Yeah, definitely check it out. I mean, Count Dracula's Great Love. See if you can get it as a standalone collection. Like, if you have to get it the Elvira Macabre version, it's alright too. Anyway, peace.